podcast is entitled The Definition of Customer Relations. You hear a lot today about customer relations and the need for good customer relations, and people are hiring customer relations and or customer service managers in their organizations. It reminds me of something Tom Peters, the business guru, said a few years ago. He said, if you have to have a customer relations or a customer service department, what are the rest of your people doing? And I've never forgotten that. It's a good question, isn't it? If you have to hire somebody to do good customer relations, then what are the rest of you doing? What are the rest of us doing? Does that mean we can do bad customer relations because we send somebody out to do good customer relations? I frankly didn't have any customer service people because I believed what Tom Peters said, that we were all customer service people in our company from every level, wherever they were. They represented us to our customer, and our job was to provide customer service, but more importantly, our job was to provide customer satisfaction. So let me ask you, what's your definition of customer relations? Well, here's one that I've been using nearly all of my business life, and it seems to work for me. Here it is. And like Zig Ziglar would say, I'm now getting ready to say something profound. And here it is. Everything we do or fail to do that affects the customer's impression of our organization. And this applies to an in-house as well as a contractor organization. Let me repeat that. Everything we do or fail to do that affects the customer's impression of our organization. Now, that entails a lot of things. So what are some of those things that affect the customer's impression of us? You see, it's more than just, did we dump the trash last night, or did we polish the floor, or did we fill all the tissue dispensers and the towel dispensers in the restrooms? See, it's our overall appearance. It's our, how do we dress? You know, if we have uniforms in our organization, are they neat? Are they clean? Or do they look like you went down and bought them at a secondhand store to save $1 or $2? You know, they need to be neat and orderly. What about your personal hygiene? How does it look? That's something that probably never comes up in an organization, and probably should. But your personal hygiene affects the customer's idea or the customer's impression of your company. What about the appearance of your custodial closet? You see, I had a customer years ago that told me, he's now retired, but he said, you know, if you can't keep the custodial closet clean, which is 8 by 10 or 6 by 6 or 4 by 4, how can you keep my building clean? And I never forgot that. He would, in fact, when I would ask him, he and I had a standing once a month luncheon date, and we'd go and part of that was inspection. And the first thing he'd do when I came to the building is we'd go to the janitor's closet. And if the janitor's closet was clean, we went to lunch. If the janitor's closet wasn't clean, we walked for 3 hours looking at the building, because his philosophy was, if you can't keep that little area that I let you store your things in clean, you can't keep my building clean. What about you contractors? What's the appearance of your vehicles look like? That's the customer's perception of your company. How are we maintaining our equipment? Are you keeping it clean, or is that wax job you did in 1985 still got some of the stripper on the floor machine? What about the conducting ourselves with our co-workers? You know, I'll tell you, I had 2 of my employees one time arguing about a paycheck. And then they took the problem to a customer. And the customer called me the next day, wanted to know why I couldn't resolve my payroll problems. That was embarrassing. Fortunately for me, that was probably about the 3rd year I was in business, back when the covered wagons were coming over, and I learned a lesson there. But when your employees are talking about to the department head or talking to your customer about problems on the job, about, you know, the vacuum cleaner isn't working, or they won't give me a raise, or whatever, that is reflecting on your organization. Whether you're in-house or whether you're a contractor, that reflects on your organization. and it affects the customer's perception of who you are. You see, all of these things matter to the customer. So what do you think? Might be a good time, I would suggest, to maybe double check some things around your organization. You think it would be a good time?